गुड इव्हनिंग एव्हरीबडी. जेव्हा बाबांनी मला या कार्यक्रमाबद्दल सांगितलं तेव्हा ते म्हणले की तू इंग्रजीत बोल. मी म्हणलं खूप बरं होईल इंग्रजीत बोललो तर, कारण सुबोध भावे आता बोलणार आहे आणि त्याच्या आधी मराठीत बोलणं हे मला शोभणार नाही, म्हणून मी आज इंग्रजीत बोलणार आहे बाबाच्या विनंतीला मान म्हणून. लेट मी स्टार्ट this speech on what Mahatma Gandhi quoted, which perfectly captures the essence of our Ketan Khurjekar. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And this is what exactly Ketan did. He was completely dedicated to his patients. And for him, medicine was not just a profession, it was a calling and a way to commit to people to make their lives better. Respected members on the dais, our chief guest and Ketan's close friend, Subodh Bhave, writer of this book and also Ketan's close friend, Abhay Nanda, publisher, Amrita Ji Kulkarni, Mr. Milind Kulkarni, Advocate Khurjekar Urf Baba, I, who is not here, I wish she was here, Devarti, Tejasi, Rishita, Devarti's parents, entire Khurjekar family, all members of Nehana Publishing House, Shirole Kaka, Vittal Kaka Manya, Sudhir Kaka Manke, Vandana Tai, me to be here today. When Baba said, you must come, I said, no, I will be there and I will be in the first line, but he insisted I should be here. So thank you, Baba. Ketan visited this planet Earth from 16th September 1975 to 15th September 2019. In this span of 44 years, which exactly is 16,060 days, Ketan created a huge impact on all of us. Ketan probably knew that his time on this planet was for a limited time. That's why he was a man in his hurry. He's always wanted to accomplish many things. And in this journey of 44 years, he touched on many, including his patients, his colleagues, his friends, his professional associates, his family members, his extended family members, and all of you 300 people or more sitting here, he has had a big influence on them. Ketan had a knack of winning people's heart through his genuine approach. So whoever came in contact with Ketan became his ardent fan. As has been said by Ralph Emerson, it is not the length of life, but the depth of life which is important, and Ketan depicted this so well. He was a very social person. Even though he had a busy practice after his clinic, he used to be the last person to visit the social programs, but he would always honor all invitations. In this short time, he has pleased many people. And today, I am so happy that his friend Abhay has written this book spine-wise and brought in front of us his memories, his teachings, and so many of his own experiences. When Ketan was here amongst us physically, he and Abhay used to talk and used to decide that they will come out with this book, and Ketan had called him home to the hospital and told him about his own reflections of life. Little did Abhay expect that he would be writing this book when Ketan was no longer physically here. But he has written this book, and I have read this book. For the first time I have read a book page to page. I very rarely can read books, I fall asleep. But I read this book, and this is indeed very inspirational and very motivating. And whenever I was reading this book, I was remembering my father. And I found a lot of similarity between my father's teachings and Ketan's teachings in this book. And I have learned a lot. I definitely recommend this book not only to all of you in this hall, but to young doctors, aspiring doctors, young orthopedic surgeons, budding physicians, to read this book carefully and learn how to care for these patients, for their patients. Because today, the art of caring is going down and down. The clinical touch is going down and down. And I think this book will bring to your knowledge how Ketan really connected with patients, how Ketan became one with patients, and he really won the heart of his patients. I met Ketan in 2008, and I remember this month, November in 2008, I had gone to Boat Club with my friend, Mr. Vinod Bani, who is a builder. So he and me were walking out, and Ketan was going inside for dinner, and Vinod introduced me to Ketan that time. And before that, Ketan, along with his father, had met KHS sir, and they had been talking about starting practice at Sancheti Hospital. But that evening, I started talking to Ketan in November 2008 and said, Ketan, what are you doing? What is your plan for the future? And he said, I am associated with many hospitals in the city. I go to this hospital, that hospital. And instantaneously I told Ketan, I think Ketan, if you really want to excel in life, you should be associated with only one hospital. Give your time there and see how the progress occurs. So Ketan said, great. Can I come and meet you tomorrow? I said, of course, Ketan. And I thought, like many people who meet me, he would also be one of them and never show up. But very promptly, next day, Ketan came to Sancheti Hospital. We had a meeting and we discussed a few things. But friends, he did not even ask even once in that meeting what would be the remunerations, what would be the package, how much would he earn. He said, okay, I am willing to join. And from 1st December 2008, Ketan joined as a full-timer to Sancheti Hospital. And friends, the rest is history. In the span of 12 years, Ketan accomplished so many things which surgeons, physicians cannot accomplish in a single lifetime. Very quickly, he made a mark amongst all the doctors and staff of Sancheti Hospital. He grew professionally and academically by leaps and bounds. In a short span, he got invitations not only from Indian conferences but also international conferences to give talks. He became a member of all national and international spine societies. He was also an excellent teacher, and all the residents look forward to his clinics in the morning at Sancheti Hospital. At the time when Ketan was with us, we had an official contract with the Ministry of Oman. And I used to visit Muscat very often, and we used to get a lot of scoliosis patients because there was nobody in Muscat to take care of these scoliosis patients. Scoliosis is a condition where the back is curved and completely deformed, and the patient walks with a tilt of his spine. At that particular time, the spine specialist who used to do these surgeries at Sancheti Hospital had moved on, and there was a vacuum, and I would say Ketan was God sent. Very quickly, he mastered the art of deformity correction in these scoliosis patients and became such an excellent surgeon that today he has a record of his genuine approach won the heart of the patients. And at that time, I still remember the diagrams he used to draw to explain. They were so beautiful diagrams. He would explain how the nerve was getting compressed, how the disc is to come out with those 4 or 5 sketch pens in his pocket, different colors. He was amazing. And immediately the patients used to understand and were ready to get operated by him. Ketan's dream was to make a world-class spine center, which he had started working on. But I would say today that his dream of making a world-class spine center has been accomplished by his colleagues Shailesh Hadgaonkar, Ajay Kothari, Pramod Dhilare, who are now his students at Sancheti Hospital. He taught each one of them. Dr. Shailesh, who had come from UK, Ketan brought him to me. He is a UK returned surgeon, can we have him? When Ajay finished his DMD and started, Ketan held Ajay Kothari's hand and taught him how to operate. And Pramod Dhilare was his fellow who did so much research work with Ketan. All these three surgeons have had a great influence from Ketan, and today I am so happy to say and announce that Sancheti Spine Center is one of the best centers in India and the only center to have O-arm. Shailesh is here, navigation, and so many other, high-tech gadgets and high-tech equipment, and the number of surgeries which Shailesh, Ajay and Pramod do are second to none. So Baba, his dream of developing a world-class spine center is accomplished through his three colleagues, and they are doing great work. We will do some more, and I really feel that we will dedicate this spine center to Ketan's name and call this as Ketan Rujekar Spine Center. There are many experiences and stories which I can narrate about Ketan, but today I have been given limited time. Baba has told me 15 minutes at some point. So I don't know how many minutes I've taken till now, but I'll keep it short. One of the incidences which I would like to quote, and I didn't realize at that time when Ketan came to my office, it would be the last time he came to my office. I was in a hurry, I was just changing my shirt because I had to go out. So I removed my hospital shirt and wearing another shirt, I threw that shirt on the table. Very promptly Ketan picked up that shirt and started folding it and kept it properly. And that time I realized his meticulous nature, his attention to details. And I was so embarrassed that time that ever since then, whenever I remove my shirt and my wife is here, you can ask, I always fold it and keep it properly. So that's Ketan for you. His meticulousness, his attention to details, his tidiness, his cleanliness was fantastic. Little did I realize that would be our last meeting. He had come to tell me that I am going to Mumbai, and he went to Mumbai and never returned. There are many stories in this book which Abhayji has written so well. I'll just narrate 2 short stories which you will read in the book when you buy it. It's at a special price today. Amruta has been kind enough to give a special discount. So please buy that book and read this story at length. So there was this girl called Sapna who had her father ailing with a spine problem. She came to Ketan and said, please treat my father, and Ketan started talking to her, and he realized that they were really from a poor family, and she was doing kirtans in the evening to collect funds for his surgery. Ketan quickly understood the situation. He called one of his media colleagues and made her write an article in Indian Express on the front page, and that article got notice of the public. It got a lot of momentum, and the then governor of Maharashtra called Sapna to the governor house and asked more about it, and the then governor's wife gave a donation of 50,000 rupees to Sapna for the treatment of her father. And then there was a movie made on this which got a national prize, and this was all due to Ketan. And needless to say, the whole surgery, which costed lakhs of rupees, was just done in 50,000 rupees, which was received by the governor, and that was such a touching story. Another patient, we used to get a lot of patients from Yemen in addition to Oman, and one lady had come from Yemen. She had some vascular malformations of her spine, and one of the arteries was blocked. So she needed a surgery from KEM hospital where Shardul Date was there and required a cath lab procedure. And that time we had to pay a deposit of 1 lakh rupees, but that lady did not have money. Ketan came to me, he said, sir, can we give 1 lakh rupees as deposit, the patient will pay later. I said okay, and I forgot about it. After 3 hours he came back, sir, we have to transfer that money. And promptly I transferred that money to KEM hospital. That surgery got done. She came back, she had the spine procedure from Ketan, and even though there was a little bit of neuro deficit, she did not recover completely. That lady from Yemen is till today so grateful to Ketan, not only for doing the spine surgery, but for that involvement, for going that extra mile to get that 1 lakh rupees from the management and give it to KEM hospital. And these are the moments which really patients cherish. As I end, last few minutes, I would like to dedicate this book to all young orthopedic surgeons, to all the budding doctors, and I would recommend all of you to also recommend this book to your children, your grandchildren. Take this book today, and I'm telling you, you'll enjoy reading it. Ketan has taught us how to care for patients, how to care for the human race. Ketan strongly believed that if you get involved and treat the patient, not worrying much about the disease, of course you will take care of the disease, but if you take care of the patient and something goes wrong or doesn't work well, as happened in that lady from Yemen, the patient will never hold against you anything, because they know how much you care for them and they understand that. And then in today's world, when complications are taken as negligence and people go to consumer court, that thing will never happen, and Ketan was a testimony to that. As Hippocrates said, wherever act of medicine is actually love, there is also a love for humanity, and Ketan depicts this so well. He had a special clinical touch which nowadays patients, the students are losing with the patients, so this book will bring out that. My speech would be incomplete without talking about Ketan's family. I wish I was here today. Devarti has bravely carried on with her life and now heads the radiology department at Jahangir Hospital. She has a very successful practice. She has given full time to Tejasvi and Rishita, and really